Welcome to the channel Professor Davinci. I am the professor. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated.
Functions. A function is the relation between a set of inputs and a set of outputs, such that each input is related to exactly one output. This is the definition of the function. Repeating once again, the function is defined as a relation between a set of inputs and a set of outputs, such that each input is related to exactly one output. Function is denoted by f of x, where x is a possible input called domain. So in this topic of function, you need to remember some mathematical term. So a function is denoted by f of x, where x is a possible input called domain. So the input values are called domain, and the corresponding output values are called codomain. So how the f of x represent the outputs? So the output is represented by the term f of x, and the input is represented by the term x. X is the input and f of x is the output. X is the domain, that is input is the domain, and f of x is the codomain, that is output is the codomain. A set of input value produces the set of output values called a range. So meaning, if a single value of x produces a single value of f of x output, so this is called a domain and a codomain. If multiple values of x produces the multiple values of the output, that means multiple inputs produces the multiple outputs. So these multiple outputs are called range. This is multiple output is called a range, and the single output is called a codomain. Single output is called a codomain, and a single input is called a domain. A function can be represented as a mathematical expression, equation, table, or a graph. So function can be represented as many ways. Relation of the function. So this relation is a vital part of the function. There are four types of relations we have: one-to-one relation, one-to-many relation, many-to-one relation, and a many-to-many relation. So one-to-one relation meaning, if each member of the domain, suppose we say each member, for example, this is a domain, this is the range. Okay, this is a one-to-one relation. If each member of the domain maps to the exactly one member of the range, then it is called a one-to-one relation. If the function produces the one-to-one relation, or the function has the relation one-to-one, then it is a function. Or if the expression has one-to-one relation, then it is called a function. Similarly, one-to-many. If one member of the domain related to many members in the range, say suppose this is 4 produces two outputs. So that is meaning one to many, that means one member produces multiple output in the range, then it is called a one-to-one many. If an expression has the relation one-to-many, then the expression is not a function. Similarly, many-to-one. If more than one member of the domain maps to more than one member in the range, then it is called many-to-many. That means here 1 and 2 produces the same output, and 3 produces two different outputs. So this is a many produces many is related to many. So this is called many-to-many relation. So if an expression is in a many-to-many relation, then it is also not a function. And many-to-one, if many values of the range, domain produces or maps to exactly one value in the range, then it is called many to one relation. So if a expression has the relation many to one, then it is also called a function. It comes under the category of a function. So these are the four types of relation. So one to one, many to one, one to many, and many to many. So one to one and many to one are the functions. The rest two other relations are not a function. Let us see some example. For example, we have the example. We can say this is f of x equals 3x minus 1. So we need to find the range. So range means we need to have multiple values of inputs. That is the domain. Usually we will consider let the domain. So let us, what's the domain here? The input, that is a x. So let us consider the domain is -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. So this is the set of input value. So this is the domain. This is the domain. First we will substitute -2 equals 3 times of -2 minus 1. Substitute in this equation. So 3 times of -2 minus 1 equals -7. Then f of -1. So we need to substitute the value of x 1 by 1 in the f of x equation. So 3 times of -1 minus 1 equals -4, and then f of 0 equals 3 times of 0 minus 1 equals -1. F of 1 equals 3 times of 1 minus 1 equals 2. F of 2 equals 3 times of 2 minus 1 equals 5. So this is the codomain, single value. So f of -2 is a codomain, is the codomain, and the complete set is called a range. So the range equals all the set of output value, that is all the codomain is called it. So -7, -4, -1, 2 and 5. These are called a range. So this each value is the codomain. This is the codomain and this is codomain. It's all codomain. So here each value produces unique output value. Each input, suppose -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, produces the unique values. So there is no multiple mappings. So this comes under a relation, one-to-one relation. We will see some more example of example 2. Example 2. F of x equals, say, x square. Consider the domain. For every example, if it is not specified, let us take minus 1, 1, 0, 1 and 2 as a domain. So we can say that f of minus 2, the first domain, produces minus 2 the whole square equals 4. So first domain produces the 4 codomain. F of minus 1 equals minus 1 the whole square equal to 1. F of 0 equals 0. F of 1 equals 1 square equals 1. F of 2 equals 2 square equals 4. So we have the range. We have the range equals 4, 1, 0 and again 1, 4. Actually we should not represent this repeated term because the range is represented as a set. So ignoring the repeated terms, we have 4, 1, 0. Okay, ignore the repeated terms. So if you see here, the domain minus 2 produces the codomain 4. Similarly, the domain 2 also produces the codomain 4. So that is this one. So 1, suppose for example if we have the x, okay, so we have the x value, say minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and we have the range. Suppose we have the range, say this is the range having 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. So minus 2 produces, sorry, actually we need to have we should not repeat the terms. So minus 2 produces 4 and 2 also produces 4, and minus 1 produces 1 and 1 also produces 1, that is 1 many to 1 relation. So this is the many to 1 relation. So many to 1 relation, it is a function. So many to 1 also a function. So these two terms also a function. Okay, right? Got it? See you, bye bye. Have a nice day.